Hello everyone and welcome back to video 3 in the Introduction to NLP mini-series that I've been running this week. So I'm going to be moving on to the third topic, which is talking about the unconscious mind. This is something we often reference a lot within the space of NLP, and there's many other references to this as well. And I just want to go into a little bit about what do we actually mean when we say it, and also to understand a little bit more about the role of the unconscious mind and why it is so important that we're able to learn how to better understand it when we are going ahead and looking to make behavioural changes, or when we're going after particular results that we want to achieve in life. So it quite simply is part of your mind that you are not conscious of. So if I was to say to you right now, think about the chair maybe that you're sitting on, or the shoes that you have on your feet, or something that you're holding in your hand. You're not necessarily conscious of it until we bring the awareness to it. Think about when you were asleep last night, you weren't consciously trying to breathe all night. Your body's just doing that for you, and it's the unconscious mind that is running that for you as well. So we can also use the analogy of an iceberg. So what is in our conscious awareness is that small tip above the waterline, but there is so much more below the surface, and that is the unconscious mind. Now, when we're studying neuro-linguistic programming, one of the modules within that is all about understanding the prime directives of the unconscious mind. And this is really what is the role, the job, what is it that it is doing for us, and what is it we also need to be aware of and understand in terms of what the unconscious mind is doing for us. So I'm just going to touch on a few because it would take a long time to go through all 20. So the first one really links back to some of the examples I had a minute ago. One of its core jobs is to run the body. We are not consciously running so much that is actually keeping us alive every minute of every day. The unconscious mind is doing that for us. The second one as well is has the role of storing memory. So it'll be storing those memories and organising those memories as well. So when we want to recall or reflect, we're able to then bring those up. It's also the domain of the emotions. So it's where we're storing, we're organising, and we're also processing our emotions. It can be quite difficult when you try and do that consciously. It is one of the key roles of the unconscious mind. It is also what is maintaining our instinct and generating our habits. So a lot of the habits that we have, again, we always say they're unconscious. We do things unconsciously, and it's because those habits are there and they're just running in the background. So a lot of the time when we're wanting to make changes, behaviours, or we're wanting to go after new goals, we need to be aware that those habits are running. So we need to be able to bring them more conscious to make those changes, to let them go back down. So another thing that we can reference when we're talking about this topic is that all learning, all behaviour and change happens at the unconscious level. And what we mean by that is when you think about learning, once you've learned something, it then becomes unconscious. You think of now, if I was to ask you to recite the 5 times table, the 7 times table, or to know what is the degrees in a right angle. You've learned all of that consciously back at school, and now it's just sitting there, that knowledge tucked away somewhere for whenever it is that you need it. Similarly, behaviour becomes unconscious as well. So if you think of the actions that you're doing when you're driving a car, or you've learned to ride a bike, all of that behaviour is now just unconscious. It just happens. When we think about brushing your hair, for example, in the morning, you don't need to consciously use the 150 plus muscles between your hand and your shoulder in order to help you to do that. You just do that one act of lifting your arm. And similarly with change as well, change happens at the unconscious level, and that's why it's so important that we grasp that, because if we try and consciously make changes, it can feel really difficult. It can feel, you can feel kind of resistance to it. People know that when they're trying to change a habit that is there, there's a lot more that needs to go into the process than just deciding one morning. Quite often it's not that simple, unfortunately. So whenever we're looking at working around making changes, understanding behaviours, we need to take into account the prime directives of the unconscious mind in order to help us, so that when we're doing work for ourselves or with clients and helping people get those results that they want, we need to be aware how the conscious mind is working, how the unconscious mind is working, and how we can bring the two together and have that integration when we are looking to make changes, we're looking to transform things. or we're looking to do something differently in pursuit of those results. So again, another topic, lots more to learn, and I'm going to be doing a masterclass on Friday the 3rd of July, 10 a.m. Hong Kong time, to go through and actually cover a little bit more in depth some of the introductory topics within NLP, just to give a little bit more detail and also to provide some open opportunity for Q&A as well. But in the meantime, please do drop your comments in the comments below and I will happily answer any questions that you have, and we'll be coming up soon with video 4. Have a great day.